Imagine you guys being one of the members of an organization full of great people with powers. That's amazing, right? Now, imagine you guys being the president of that same organization. Maybe even words couldn't express how amazing that would be. But that is exactly what happens to our country, Indonesia. By December 2021, Indonesia has been officially chosen to be the president of G20 until November 30, 2022 with the theme of Recover Together, Recover Stronger. But what is it so amazing about that? To answer this question, let's talk about what exactly is G20 first. The G20, or Group of 20, is an international forum that includes 19 of the world's largest economies and the European Union, including Indonesia, who's, by the way, the only Southeast Asian country in the G20. G20 talks about an economic, financial, and political cooperation. It addresses the major global challenges and seeks to generate public policies that resolve them. Or according to the G20 website, the G20 is a strategic multilateral platform connecting the world's major developed and emerging economies. The G20 holds a strategic role in securing future global economic growth and prosperity. Together, the G20 members represent more than 80% of world GDP, 75% of international trade, and 60% of the world population. You guys may be wondering, how the G20 works? Well, every year, the G20 presidency is rotated among its members, with the country holding the presidency working closely with its predecessor and successor, also known as Troika. To ensure continuity, the Troika countries are currently Italy, Indonesia, and India. But there is no permanent secretariat for the G20. Together with finance ministers and central bank governors, G20 leaders' personal representatives known as Sherpas coordinate the agenda and work for G20 members. G20 members' commitment and vision for the future are expressed in a communique drafted from the selected recommendation and deliverables for ministerial meetings. Here's an example of some of successful projects of G20. First of all, we have handling the 2008 global financial crisis. Second, the G20 has spurred the OECD to increase the exchange of tax-related information. In 2012, the G20 produced the forerunner of base erosion and profit shifting BIPS. Third, G20 initiatives in handling the pandemic include suspension of foreign debt payment of low-income countries, injection of the COVID-19 handling as much as more than $5 trillion, reduction, elimination of import duties and taxes, reduction of duties on vaccines, hand sanitizer, disinfectant, medical devices, and medicines. The decision of Indonesia to be the president of G20 have opened up a lot of benefits for Indonesia, such as opportunities for increased domestic consumption, attracting more foreign investment to Indonesia, opening the opportunity to introduce tourism, including all the best products of Indonesia in the eyes of the world. Well, according to Anwar has hosting the G20 in the employment sector will provide benefit for Indonesia. Firstly, Indonesia isn't as equal with the member countries of G20. Quote unquote, we see the impact that by being the host, we will be able to show that Indonesia is on PIR with other countries in the G20. Secondly, that Indonesia will gain experiences and best practices from the G20 countries in dealing with various manpower issues, said Anwar. Well, presidency is like a big household, you know. You need to socialize with other neighbor, or you can say countries, so you can work and collaborate together for a greater goal. G20 is exactly one of the best platform or place to socialize with other neighbors or country. But of course, with all the great benefits, there come a great task for the G20 presidency. Through the G20 forum, Indonesia will encourage the strengthening of global health resilience and help make a global health system more inclusive, equitable, and responsive to crisis. The discussion of global health architecture issue, financial track, and Sherpa track meetings will be the focus of a series of meetings on Indonesia G20 presidency. Understanding the challenges and the need for collective action, Indonesia will focus on three main pillars. For this G20 2000 presidency, namely global health architecture, sustainable energy transition, and digital transformation. Indonesia must act as the guardian of G20 multilateralism, not merely speaking as a developing country. Consensus is a rarity in global governance today, and therefore, fairness and inclusiveness among members must be demonstrated as critical value. There is in total 7 agendas for Indonesia G20. The list is: first, exit strategy; 2, scaling effect; 3rd, digital payment system; 4th, sustainable finance; 5th, money inclusivity; 6th, international taxation; and 7th, last but not least, cross-border payment. Indonesia will hold a lot of G20 meetings. In addition, out of the total meeting at the G20, there were 19 ministerial meetings, 7 deputy or Sherpa meetings, more than 70 working group meetings and side events, and 51 meetings with the engagement group. And as for the G20 summit, the latest news said that it is planned to be held in Nusa Dua, Bali. For that reason, the Indonesian government has prepared a number of infrastructure to welcome the arrival of the G20 members and delegates who will attend this special meeting. Well, of course, let us hope all the best for Indonesia G20 presidency to be active and fulfilling expectation. After all, this might be the chance to Indonesia to show its potential in the eyes of world-leading countries, right? My name is Roihana Anika from SMA 4 Kendari. Thank you so much for listening and goodbye!